Thanks for joining me on my very first brand new ever cooking YouTube show. Wanted to try something new. I enjoy cooking and I know you guys all love eating, so it's something that we can connect on. I'm gonna be showing recipes that I already know how to cook, that are fun for me, that I think you guys will enjoy. But also I wanna learn new recipes. So if there's something that you wanna see me make or wanna learn how to make, let me know, and I'm more than happy to check it out, figure it out, make a video doing it. We can learn together. Like I said, very first video ever, never done this before, so I love constructive criticism. If you guys have any recommendations or advice on anybody learning how to do the YouTube video thing, let me know, I'd certainly appreciate it. Today we're gonna start by making, it's a Thai dish, it's called larb. It's lab. I've seen it spelled L-A-R-B and L-A-A-B. Very flavorful dish, very delicious, packed full of flavor. Got a lot of fresh herbs, vegetables, and the sauce that goes with it. It's very tangy, savory, delicious. So I'll show you guys how to make that in a minute. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Again, let me know if you have any suggestions, recommendations, feedback. I appreciate constructive criticism. Make sure we're all nice and loving each other, and take a look. Thanks. All right, guys, I'm gonna take you through the ingredients here. We have some fresh ground pork that I got from the Asian supermarket today. We have green onions, lemongrass, fresh mint, cilantro, shallots. I usually put a little extra in mine. I like a lot of oniony flavor in it. Fresh limes. Call this Thai crack, is what one of my Thai friends. It is glutinous rice, sticky rice. Sometimes it's called sweet rice. And you literally just put it in a dry pan, toast it till it's brown, and then you crush it up in a mortar and pestle and you get this little rice powder. It's very delicious, nutty, gives it a little bit of texture to it, so it's kind of crunchy almost. For the sauce, we use fish sauce, the fresh lime juice, and sugar. Normally you would use palm sugar that come in like little round cubes and kind of chop it up and get it going. I can't find mine, so we're just gonna improvise, use some cane sugar. Chili flakes. Normally you would put in some kind of like Thai chili, something. I just use crushed red pepper flakes. You could also use fresh chilies if you want, bird's eye chilies or serranos. And that's everything that we're gonna need. So let's get it ready and we'll start cooking. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is marinate our pork while we prep all the veggies. Get them all cut up and ready to go. Let the meat start getting flavorful. So let's open up our pack of pork meat here. I'm gonna add some fresh lime juice to that. Roll it to get it going. Put that right here in our juicer. Some lime juice on there. I'm gonna add a little bit of fish sauce to that. Maybe like a teaspoon. And just get that mixed up. That's good enough. We'll let that sit and marinate for a few minutes. All right, next thing we're gonna do is get the lemongrass cut up and ready to go. Comes in little bunches. Some places have them individual stalks. This market had a bunch of them. So we'll just peel the outside layers. Okay. I'm not gonna need all of this, but here we go. You just wanna pull off all the loose ones, get the inner exposed, the inner part of it. Get rid of all that. Chop off the big fibrous ends. tips there. Get rid of that. So you see, you're left with not a whole lot whenever you got that whole bunch. So with lemongrass, it's very fibrous, very tough. So what you want to do to get it ready, use the back of your knife, not the sharp side, back knife. Just kind of beat it. That just kind of helps release the flavors, changes things a little bit. Think of it kind of like chopping garlic. When you chop it finer, it gets a little bit more intense, so it gets all the oils and everything going. And you just want to chop these as thin as you can. Okay, that's good. And we'll just put that in our little bowl over here. Next up, we're gonna go with our green onions. I rinsed these off earlier, got all the little dust and everything, but chop off the dirty ends, all the roots. Get rid of those. You just wanna chop these finely also. Get those in the bowl. And our next ingredient, we are gonna go ahead and chop up the shallots, get those in there. Shallots have a lot milder flavor than a raw onion, but they're a little bit more peppier almost. Really good flavor. And again, whenever you add the hot meat to everything, kind of wilts down, gets these little soft, so it's not like you're biting into a raw one. Okay, we'll get those in the bowl too. Now we're gonna go ahead and chop up our cilantro. I got 2 bunches here. A lot of people cut off the stems and throw those away, but these are perfectly edible, great flavor, not any reason really to get rid of them. I got 2 bunches here, so I don't really need them. I kind of like the leafier part of it. So I am gonna actually cut them off, even though I just said that. So here we go with the cilantro. And again, I rinsed these off earlier, so they're nice and clean. Let them dry. Cut down this bigger one here. And it doesn't have to be a super fine chop. When you put this in with the meat after cooking it, I like to do it when the meat's still hot, so kind of wilts everything down a little bit. We'll just give that a rough chop. Put that in our bowl. Veggie, we're gonna put some mint. The mint you don't usually want to chop up. Try to keep the smaller leaves a little bit whole. Bigger leaves, we'll give them just a little rough chop. But you don't generally want to eat the stems of mint. Not yummy. All right, that's probably good for the mint since we're gonna leave it kind of whole. We don't want a ton of it because it can be a little overpowering. Like I said, we'll just give it a couple chops. Keep that mostly whole. Put that into the bowl. Okay, for the sauce, also pretty simple. We're gonna start with a little bit of our fish sauce. Very strong, but a must-have ingredient here. It's its own unique flavor. Very salty. We'll do about 2 tablespoons of that. Juice our lime. I'm gonna do 1.5 here. I like it pretty limey. These limes are actually very juicy, so I think 1.5 should do it. I have some more in case we need to add some. And then we're gonna add some sugar. Now this is what I said, normally it's traditional to use palm sugar, but I can't find mine. So we're just gonna use regular granulated sugar. About what, 1.5 teaspoons. Let's go ahead and mix that up. And make sure all that sugar's dissolved in there. You can feel it on the bottom of the bowl when you stir it. So you just want to make sure it's gone. Give that a taste. Yeah, more sugar. So it's about 2 teaspoons altogether of the sugar. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, now we're gonna cook the pork. I have a pan here, it's been heating up. It's on a nice medium high. Got our marinated pork. I'm not gonna add any fat because pork has got its own fat in there. Brown that. Don't need to add salt or anything. We have that fish sauce already marinating on it. Fish sauce is already pretty salty itself, so don't need any salt. I am gonna add a little bit of white pepper powder. Okay, you can see almost all the liquid is gone when you move it to the side. So we're pretty good right there. Go ahead and shut this off. Just set that to the side. Okay, we're gonna put everything together. Grab the pork. Just Add that to this big bowl. See, it's still nice and warm, which will help wilt all the veggies, bring out their flavors. Here we have our bowl of the veggies that we prepped earlier. Grab our sauce that we made. We'll add about 3/4 of that. We can always add more later. Put that in. All right, we're gonna add in our rice powder. Thai crack, like I said, my friend likes to call it. Gonna add in our red pepper flakes. You add as much or as little as you like. Total preferential. Just like the sauce, you can always add more. Mix that in. We'll give this a little taste. Good. I am going to add the rest of this sauce because I like it nice and juicy and flavorful. That rice powder has a nice little crunch to it. Gives it just a different kind of texture. It's hard to describe, but it gives it a little bit of crunch, nutty flavor. Add some more chili flakes in here. This will get hotter as it sits, of course, with the chili flakes, with the spice coming out of it. Taste that one more time. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, here's our final dish. Turned out pretty good. You see I topped it with a little bit more of the crushed rice powder. Gives it a little bit more of that texture. Got our sticky rice here. You can see it's nice and sticky. Give it a taste. It has so much flavor. Delicious. I hope you guys give it a try. I appreciate you checking out my first video. Like I said, let me know if you have any suggestions or recommendations. Enjoy.